he doesn't want to talk about the actions of the blacks. Which in the morning I'm going to be talking about the actions of the blacks, kind of what we're seeing here, particularly in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if you know this. This is the city council for Charlotte, North Carolina. So here you have V. Alexander Lyles. She's a Black American woman. This looks to be an Indian or something here. LaWanna Mayfield. She's a beauty. I think she's running again. You have James Mitchell there. And the next row here, you have Victoria Watlington, Dante Anderson. You have Malcolm Graham here, and Tiawana Brown. Further down here, you have finally see some white people here, Edwin Peacock and Edmund Driggs here. And the other two filling out their ranks here, I think it's 11 council members, Renee and Marjorie Molina. And so this is one of the ladies I was looking into, LaWanna Mayfield. I think she's like the deputy mayor or something like that. And she looks like she went to Harvard School of Government program. I don't think she graduated from Harvard. I think they have like these certificate type programs. She's long worked in community organizing. Previously, she was a Mecklenburg County project coordinator with a focus on immigration reform, community organizing, and eliminating for-profit prisons. She served on the board of NASCAR Hall of Fame, other National League of Cities. Key achievements: she has led the development of multiple projects, including premium outlets, the airport job fair, the youth job fair, the Goodwill Opportunity Campus, improved sidewalk widening, and other projects in rezonings. And here she is here speaking.
Council Member at Large, LaWanna Mayfield.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, giving all honor and praise to God. I want to thank my wife, Jaleesa, of 17 years, and I want to thank God for blessing me with an amazing mother-in-law and giving me a bonus mom. Most people know both my parents passed when I was young. Unfortunately, my father when I was 13, my mom when I was 15, but I have an amazing bonus mom in Miss Gilda. And thank you for my best friend and for all who served, who shared their time, their talent, and their treasure. As I'm about to be sworn in for this 6th time, I am filled with joy of work that we were able to accomplish that first time around in a different seat in this last year, but also some anticipation of what the future can hold for all of us. I want to thank along with everyone.
You know, this lady has had a hell of a transformation over the years. Apparently she's gay. I think you heard her say there that her girlfriend or whatever, here's 6 years ago, she looked a little different.
And breaking news just in at 5, we've learned Charlotte Councilwoman LaWanna Mayfield has been removed from her newly appointed role on the state's Human Relations Commission. She was appointed by Governor Cooper in December, but we told you last night at 11 that some of Mayfield's past tweets accusing some police officers of being, quote, homegrown terrorists sparked protests from 29 Senate Republicans. They wrote a letter to the governor asking he rescind the appointment. Today, he did just that. We've reached out to the councilwoman for comment.
And so this is LaWanna Mayfield. I looked through her Facebook feed. Let's see if I can find it. But she is not very friendly toward white people there.
Years old.
As you can imagine, she's not very friendly toward white people here. We look up LaWanna Mayfield, and you'll see some of the things from her Facebook page. And we'll look through some of the other council members, but this is a very hostile council group, likely against white people. And so I cannot imagine that they're going to have a lot of sympathy for this victim of the crime. So you can see here, these are the Facebook posts from her Facebook feed over the last couple of days here. Someone said she lost weight. And so here it is. The time is now. Faith in Housing, Charlotte. She's commenting, but she hasn't really commented much. I don't even think she commented at all from her official capacity here about the killing that happened in Charlotte. And you can see here she posts something about her reelection.
Why did you want to refile? Honestly, service is important to me. Now, at this point, I'm 11 and a half years in, and I think good, bad, and indifferent, you're not going to agree with every decision and every vote that I make, nor should you, because that's a cult, and that's not what I'm interested in. But I believe that the community deserves to have elected officials that actually keep to their word, say what they mean, and actually fight. Because our city is growing with most people moving here, and I have a lot of concern about those of us that have lived here, that are natives, have been here for a long time, honestly being moved out of the city and not seeing the growth that's going to benefit them when we look at transportation, when we look at housing affordability, when we look at wages. We only have control on the city level, which I'm thankful my colleagues supported the idea of us extending $1.5 million through the budget over the next 3 years to help our employees, because we have city employees that are living in hotels, living in their cars. So for us to get them up to $24 an hour.
And here's more on LaWanda Mayfield.
Charlotte's first openly gay elected official as of November. Thank you very much. And of course, you all know there is an election coming up. I have some information that I want to share with you about our illustrious president, who has been the only president of the United States that has moved our issues forward in the way that he has. But just to give you a little bit about me, if you don't already know, I grew up in Miami, but I've been in Charlotte for more than 20 years. And just like our president, I was a community organizer for more than 15 years in our local area, working on immigration reform, alternative to incarceration, as well as equality for our lesbian, gay, bi, and trans sisters and brothers. What? Okay. That is the main reason why I have our president's back. President Obama believes in America, and he believes that we all should prosper together. And he believes that responsibility should be rewarded, and it applies all the rules to the same people. That's why the Obama administration has made advancing equality a priority for all of us. From repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, to signing the Hate Crimes Prevention Act into law, to prohibiting discrimination based on gender identity in the federal government, LGBT Americans have made advancing equality.
So you can see she's very LGBT there, and she apparently is anti-cop as well. Here's another video of her. It's from Spectrum One. Hopefully that'll play. Ask later.
My husband is not a terrorist.
They were words echoed over and over again during Ann Stepp's 3-minute speech to City Council Wednesday night. Stepp's husband is a CMPD officer.
I just simply want to have my voice heard.
She's upset over a tweet sent by Councilwoman LaWanda Mayfield in March, but only drew attention and controversy a few weeks ago. It says, quote, being black in America under number 45 has created homegrown terrorists wearing blue uniforms. At the time, she was responding to another police shooting involving an African-American man and referring to President Donald Trump.
You say racism is real. Yes, it is. And you, Ms. Mayfield, are as guilty as anyone, because you clearly don't like the color blue.
Mayfield has previously said she stands by her comments.
When you do your research to look at from 2016, let's just say May, until May 18, how many people of color have lost their lives and or have been assaulted, then we can have this conversation.
But on Wednesday, around 10 family members of CMPD officers showed they don't support her tweet.
There are people out there that don't support the police. We just want to be that voice that does show the support.
Stepp says everyone has a right to express their opinion, but as an elected official, there is a limit.
Her tweet was so off the wall and inappropriate
that to not call attention to it is just wrong.
It's why these women want Mayfield and all elected officials to consider the impact of their words.
Think before they speak.
You know what's interesting about this? This Mayfield woman, she's not a very attractive woman, and you see the very attractive women showing up at these council member meetings. I'm not sure how the Ukrainian woman looked, but she probably looked better than Mayfield. Mayfield has seemingly gripes against white people. She's not going to be able to express any sympathy for this lady that was savagely killed in her hometown, in her town that she represents. And again, this just really kind of shows you the problem having blacks in governance. They're not able to extend empathy or sympathy to people when they fall victim to something like this, because race comes first, and blacks have so many petty grievances that they want to fight, that they can't even see the humanity in this woman being killed because they have so many other gripes that they're fighting. And so it's going to be very interesting. It has the potential to really tear this town apart. As I showed you, it's a majority black black city council. I would imagine many of them are probably going to have similar sentiments as this woman as it relates to this murder. And so it'll be interesting to see how the white residents react to the more or less callousness from their city council. Again, I showed you the tweets of the LaWanna Mayfield. She's a woman. She should have some kind of compassion for another woman being attacked in that fashion. But nothing on her Facebook page extending any kind of condolences. And that is kind of what, I think if you were to extrapolate that out into the black community, you're having very hardened, battle-hardened like women that could see another woman being stabbed like that and not have any sympathy there. The video didn't show her face really, but the pictures posted could have been modeling photos. Yeah, I think she's Ukrainian. She was a smaller woman, so she likely was not an ugly woman, but it didn't matter. I think just it's kind of almost the opposite. RLM being somewhat attractive, the blacks will let her do and say whatever she wants to do. In this case, here's a foreign woman and their black is acting out, and they wanting to do and say whatever, or allow him to do and say whatever. There was even a fundraiser for the killer. I'm not sure if any of you guys were aware that it was taken down. I think it was a GoFundMe, Charlotte killer. And you'll see that here. It's crazy. The killer is named DeCarlos Brown. I once had a tenant named Carlos Brown, which is very interesting there. So anyway, so you'll see that DeCarlos Brown, ads everywhere. DeCarlos Brown, alleged GoFundMe for Ukraine's refugee murder suspect sparks outrage. So someone started a GoFundMe for, here's a woman here that was killed by the man there. Here is the guy, Irina Zaruska, 23 years old. He reportedly fled her war-torn home in Ukraine for the U.S. met a violent end there. Here's the Carlos Brown. Massive outrage erupted after it emerged that GoFundMe pages were launched for Carlos Brown Jr., the man arrested from the murder of the woman. Let's see if there's anything else. I wonder if he has any social media. I'm sure they've taken it down. Hey, maybe he's on Twitter or something. Let's see. What if he's on Twitter? What do you think, guys? You think he's on Twitter? That can't be him, right? That can't be him, right? You think this is him right here? Look, check this out. Could this be him? DeCarlos Brown? Harding University? No, class of 2027. Damn, a lot of DeCarlos Brown. Carlos Brown. DeCarlos. I don't know. No Twitter. Let's see. Anyone tagged him. Latest. Oh, wow. He was arrested at the scene. So he didn't even run away. He has schizophrenia, apparently. But mental health evaluation is like his schizophrenia diagnosis. So he can't get the death penalty there. Life without parole. You know, the guy that we interviewed earlier, he said he was a very violent guy, the street interview guy. Charlotte mayor argues that Americans need to have more compassion for the homeless after homeless man DeCarlos Brown stabbed a woman in the throat. And so she's arguing for more compassion for the homeless there. And she is a nice looking woman there. Wow, this news has made it all the way to Sweden here. Let's see if this speaker, the mayor's speech here, she may have taken it down. Here's the mayor here. Has she not tweeted in a while? Let's see if we can find that speech of hers. Let me find that speech. See what she says here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. Thought I saw something about Southeast DC. Police release video. Oh, here it is.
Tonight, Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles is releasing a statement about the video of the deadly stabbing on a light rail train 2 weeks ago. That video is just so disturbing, and we are not showing it to you at this time, but it has the moments police say the suspect, DeCarlos Brown, is accused of attacking the victim from behind, and the random attack happened on August 22nd. The suspect is then in the video seen walking away and leaving the train at the next stop. Brown has since been arrested and is charged with murder. He's being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail. In a post to social media, Mayor Lyles is calling the attack senseless and a tragic loss. She goes on to say she has been focusing on what safety looks like in Charlotte and that she is committed to making the city a place for everyone to feel comfortable in. On Wednesday, the CATS Public Transit Advisory Committee is set to get an update on safety and security during its meeting, and we will update you if any new developments come from that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.
You know what's interesting about this killing? I'm looking at the tweet here that she put out here. Here is the killing. She says, this was a senseless killing. The video of the heartbreaking attack is now public. I want to thank our media who have chosen not to repost or share the footage out of respect. So they do have footage clearly, but they've chosen not to show it. I imagine if they showed it, it would create a lot of outrage there. People really want some questions answered. And you know, in some ways, maybe we don't get to the bottom of these things by not highlighting exactly what happened, how gruesome it was. And that is the extent of her commenting on this. No support for the police for catching the guy. She said the video of the heartbreaking attack is now public, and that's about the extent of the condolences offered by the mayor on her official Twitter account there. So anyway, guys, this probably shall be an interesting case, particularly the politics as it relates to Charlotte there. Yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes. I see Solid Snake in the audience. You want to come up, Snake? Otherwise, I get out of here. I got an early morning stream. What time am I doing the stream tomorrow? Is it 9 o'clock? 9? 8 or 9? 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow. Solid Snake, you want to come up for a second? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. What time is this stream tomorrow? Yeah. What time is this stream? Let me set it to 9. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Save changes. All right, Snake, no Sin 7. Guys, thank you for joining. That guy SpeakRadio, man. Don't understand the guy. Clearly not that intelligent. Matter of fact, I think I have a clip of SpeakRadio. Let me see if I have it. is it? Where I have a clip of Speak before I get out of here. I do have a clip of his. SpeakRadio. Yeah, I have a clip for you. Let me see. Did I keep that clip? Let's see. Hey, SpeakRadio. I think I had Speak up here once, and he was talking about Carmelo Anthony, and he was one of the ones that said it was a cleat sharpener. I'm almost sure it was Speak up here, and said it was a, you know, when we were talking about Carmelo Anthony, Speak was one of the people that said it was a cleat sharpener. He didn't want to believe that Carmelo Anthony stabbed the boy. He was looking for all kind of excuses to justify the killing of the Austin Metcalf boy. I'm looking to see if I had that clip. I know I had it somewhere, but maybe I don't. But yeah, Speak was one of the ones that wanted to overlook what clearly was Carmelo stabbing the guy with a knife, and he wanted to say it was a cleat sharp. I know I had that. Where is that clip? Where is that clip of SpeakRadio? Whatever. I can't believe I don't have it here. Oh, whatever. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining. Hit the like button on the way out. And make sure, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for joining.